Hello, welcome back, SHIZCAST, episode 3. Today, with Plookster and Harpy. Say what's up.
How's it
What's
going?
up?
Alright, so, on the third episode today, we're just going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. We're just saying what's up to Harpy, first time on the little podcast here. So, Harpy, what were you talking about? You talking about you're up all night?
Yeah, I was up all night because someone let off a mortar, and then there was some more gunshots. Just kind of basic, usual thing for my town.
Gunshots, huh?
Yeah. So last time it was late night and a mortar went off. It's just like a single mortar. It's like gangsters just like they like, hey, I'm here. And but last time this happened, there was two Serenos that were running down my block with long rifles,
Oh,
and it was
God.
like morning. Yeah. So I kind of just stayed up all night, like watching them through my window. I'd be like, all right, so what are you guys doing? Staying down the block? That's cool. Like, I don't want to fuck with them. I don't want them to fuck with me. Just trying
Serrano's,
to.
that the local like gang down there?
That would be a Latino gang. Representing 13.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jesus.
there's just like there's different sets of them. They're not all of them that rep 13 are the same gang. There's just like different little families. And then there's like the other factions of like Norteños, and it's kind of like Bloods and Crips, but like for Mexican gangs.
God damn it, dude. So did you ever figure out what the hell they're doing with long rifles?
They're probably staking out this there's a drug house down my block, so they're probably, I don't know. I'm assuming they were gonna go rob them or something, or there was some other beef that they had to handle. Because then they got picked up in a black SUV, and then they took off, came back around the block, and yeah, then they took off. And I didn't see them for the rest of the night, and I was pretty stoked on that, even though I was up like all night, like watching for them. They do a lot of home invasions around here.
So they'll just break into your shit and steal your shit?
They'll break into your house, like with you in it.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, I mean, my town's pretty good about it though. Like some of the home invaders, like they like get scared off, and there's only been a couple times where the homeowner has shot them, and gets in the news, and they're like, oh yeah, home invasion, one got shot, other one ran away, suspect still on the loose, homeowner, um, you know, was scared, whatnot, and then like you don't hear anything else about it. I mean, otherwise it's a pretty chill little town. It just sounds bad sometimes.
What do you think about that, Plookster?
I think that that's why I have firearms. um,
Well,
if you want to break into my house, understand that it's on.
well, that
Yeah.
leads me to my next question. Some of these states, the laws aren't the same. If someone breaks into your house, I think you can shoot them in a lot of states, but a lot of states, if you shoot them and they die, you can like go to jail and shit because you met them with, unless they have a gun and they're pointing it at you. If they break in your house and you shoot them, you can like go to jail for that. Do you know that?
Some states, I think that's true. I don't think that's the case in my state.
Okay.
Yeah, I do believe we're in the same state, right, Plukes?
We are.
Yeah. So I mean, it might just go case by case depending, where they get shot.
Yeah.
But if they're in your house, it's free game. Like they came onto your property, they're threatening your family and your life, so you have the right to use as much force as you need.
And that would be the law in your state.
Yes,
The
as far as I know. I mean,
of
that's but
Washington.
it's always changing all the time.
They have to be inside your house. They can't be on your property.
Yeah. I Yeah, they definitely have to be inside your house. If I didn't say that, yep.
That's fucked up though that you had these crazy Spanish gangbangers on your up in your shit.
Yeah, I mean, lucky enough, it was just like they just went like walked in front of my house, which was kind of weird because they came from across the road, and I live on a main road, so they just kind of like jumped out of a truck or the vehicle that they were in, and then ran down the sidewalk in front of my house. But they're more or less on my neighbor's property. Um, like the neighbor across the street from me owns the house next to me and next to them, so they were on their properties.
Okay. And did your neighbor ever find out about it, or were they not home, or?
Eh,
They were home, but I'm sure everyone was sleeping, and
They have cameras.
yes, they have cameras. I'm sure they looked at it and they were probably not too thrilled about it.
Did you talk to him about it? Like, yo, last night there's some people on your house, like on your shit with the gun.
No, I told them the next day because I had to go to work, and I was just like super tired, so I was like, "Fuck, dude, all right, go to work."
Yeah.
Get my job done. Got back all late because I do farming, so it takes a toll on your body sometimes.
Yeah. I get it. But I mean, you didn't tell him, but you told him. You didn't tell him right away, but you did tell him though.
Yeah, I informed them definitely.
That's good. Damn, it's crazy out there, man. One day you're just watching TV, the next day, or the next second, long rifles, gangbangers out in the yard.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. 1 second you're sitting there just minding your own business, and you got like a stray bullet or something coming through your window.
Yeah, nobody
Shit
has time for that.
Nope. Yeah, it's pretty messed up with the world's coming to nowadays, especially in this state. Like it's just all chaos. Like go down the block and never know what you're gonna find.
Well, there's been a lot of news lately. Any news stories lately that caught you guys' eye? Anything that's in your head, fresh in your head? Anything about these shootings?
Not too much that I can really think of.
All right, I'm gonna bring some up.
Yeah, bring something up. I mean, I probably saw something. I mean, mostly the news stories I've been seeing were like cleaning up Seattle, like doing homeless sweeps, and then like mostly the crime in Portland.
The main thing that I've been seeing has just been like people showing a lot of backlash at the cops because people are still dying in police custody. And people are pissed off about it. Like, for example, I saw a video of a dude, Spanish-speaking fat gentleman, who was, I don't know what city it was. Forgot, but he was by someone's house in a little wooded area off the road with two Walmart shopping baskets that he obviously took from a Walmart, and they're filled, like, with cans and like a bottle of booze and random shit. And apparently the 911 calls were saying, this dude's in my yard and I told him to get lost and my dogs are barking at him and he's talking to me but he's not making any sense. He's not making sense and my wife doesn't want him here. And
I remember that story.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the cops roll up. They're like, hey, what's going on? What's going on, dude? What's going on, man? And he's all like, saying literal gibberish. Like, I don't know if he was tripping on mushrooms or what, but he could not talk.
Yeah, he was definitely intoxicated of some sort, and it was kind of crazy because all he wanted to do was just stand on that stump.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to get whatever he had in his pocket out of his pocket because he knew that was something that he didn't want in his pocket, whatever it may have been. And I mean, unfortunately, them cops were actually being really, really nice and just trying to help him out. And then, I mean, when someone starts freaking out, you never know what they're gonna do.
That's true. You never know. They could be dangerous. Like, alright, this is a perfect example to talk about this point. You saw that video?
Yeah.
Plook, you didn't see that video?
I read part of a story about it, so I'm familiar, yeah.
Alright, well, you know how a bunch of weirdos, or I don't know if they're weird, I guess, but there are a lot of commies saying this. They want like mental health workers to be the first responders to
Yes.
calls like this?
They're attempting that in Portland, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so if a mental health worker would have came, what would have went different, or what could have went different here? Because what happened is they went to the dude. He wasn't responding, or he was saying a bunch of gibberish. He couldn't listen because he couldn't fucking understand what they were saying. Really, you mean at the end he was like kind of saying his name and stuff, and the year that he was born, but he really could. He was like saying really weird shit that didn't make sense, and then he eventually they cuffed him, brought him to the ground, and then his heart exploded and he died.
Yeah, if it was a mental health, I mean, whatever, not a cop, there they would have been there for a lot longer for sure. They probably would have got a lot more information out of him without having to take him down because that's kind of what they're trained to do is psychological and the psychology and all that nonsense. And I mean, cops are more or less there to
Remove
more
a
physical
threat type.
aspect of it. But I mean, they have the psychology also aspect of it, but not as much as a social worker or something like that. So they probably would have got more information out of him, and he probably would have went to jail. But then he might have had a heart attack in the cop car or in the vehicle, depending on how they had his situation, like surroundings and his mindset staying at.
I agree, but now they could have talked to him. They could have maybe not restrained him like that. Maybe he wouldn't have, because I mean, to be fair, the stress caused on that guy by the cops probably had led somewhat to do to whatever his heart attack or whatever. So there's a chance that if he wasn't restrained, he didn't have a heart attack right then and there at that time, and that he survived a little longer. But then you got to say, so now what if you got a dude talking gibberish in the woods with a bunch like wasted or whatever with a bunch of empty cans and you can't talk? What if you send a worker in there, mental health worker, and now the dude pulls a gun?
Well, I guess we have to find a new person for that position.
Yeah, because now you have a dead person anyways, except for it's the mental health worker instead of the dude at this point.
Yeah,
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's
yeah,
gonna happen.
and now you don't also just have like a dead mental health worker. You have a more violent person that doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, a violent criminal at large.
Yeah.
See, and then that reminds me of another video I saw of that. I think it was in New York. The cop went to knock at an apartment door. As soon as he knocks on the door, naked man lunges outside the door with a knife, and chases the dude down the street. And then he turns around, tells him drop it, and caps him. That was like a call saying this kid is freaking out, high on drugs. That would have been a mental health worker in that situation.
Yeah, they had. His mom called, I believe,
I think so.
because they were scared that he was gonna knife them.
Right.
And, yeah.
You talking about that kid that's from Texas?
No, I think it was New York or Philly or something like that.
Somewhere cold and snowy.
Oh.
Somewhere in the Northeast up there that.
I'm gonna try to look up the article. Go ahead.
Oh, my buddy was telling me something about how this other dude from Texas, I think he has like he was some sort of mental issues going on, and he pretty much died the same way as Floyd, but he had cops in his neck for like 13 minutes, and as soon as he got into the ambulance, and the EMT was like, "Yo, dude, he's gone," and you can hear on the cops' cameras like, "Oh, we done messed up," like, shoot. Yeah, they were, but didn't hear nothing about that one.
Was it a white guy?
He will be.
It was a white
No,
guy.
he was. I think he was Hispanic, wasn't he?
No, he was a white dude. He had like
wow.
yeah, he had some sort of a mental issue, and he called the cops on himself because he was having like a freak out.
And he died?
Yeah, he died. He got suffocated.
No, this is the first time I heard about that. And I probably will never hear about that again. unfortunately, because it doesn't fit the narrative.
No, it does not. And those cops actually never got charged for that either.
That was in Texas?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
have to
that
look that up.
story just came out last day or two. But it happened like a month ago.
All the stories come out a month after. It's like, right when it happens, the story doesn't come out until they, like, have the body cam footage come out, and then they release it and everyone gets all up in arms about it. Well, there's that other story that you may not have saw of the dude that was passed out on the bus in Milwaukee.
No, I did not see that one.
Oh,
So, it's like a while ago. It was a bus from Milwaukee up to Appleton, and dude was passed out on the bus, and called 911. Actually, the bus did its whole route and ended up in Appleton. The dude was still on the bus. Someone on the bus said he got up, walked to the bathroom, came back, sat in his seat, and then passed out. And he had labored breathing, so you could barely breathe when they got into the bus. And the firefighter injected him with Narcan. Do you know what Narcan is?
yep.
Indeed.
Alright, so the people that are listening that don't know what Narcan is, what it does is it rips the opiate fucking molecules out of your brain and reverses an opiate overdose, which saves your life from dying through pills or heroin or fentanyl. So this dude went to the bathroom, took fentanyl or heroin or something, was dying on the bus, had his life saved by a firefighter. They all get off the bus and they're talking. He's like, I want to go home type shit. And he's reaching, fidgeting, acting weird. And the cops are like, well, since you almost died, you have to go to the hospital. You can't refuse. This is like more serious than like you can say no type thing.
Dang.
And then, then the dude just straight up reaches into his fanny pack, pulls out a tiny fucking like 2-inch gun with 5 rounds in it, cocks it, shoots the firefighter in the face, the one that saved his life, and kills him instantly, and then fires off the rest of his shots, takes a woman, like moves back across the street, takes some random woman hostage, and she gets shot by crossfire. She survived though, but that guy got killed by the cops right then and there. But I'm saying, you send a mental health worker and an EMT to save that guy, and you know.
Yeah, I can't see a long list of applicants for those jobs once we start hearing about them being the victims rather than the heroes saving the person in crisis.
Yeah.
Unless they're giving him like a bulletproof Boba Fett mask and a vest, then yeah.
Well, like full bulletproof military gear, like full body.
But then you're going to be too intimidating to the that doesn't fit the narrative of the person they want showing up instead of a cop. You know, they want somebody in a Hawaiian shirt and flip flops. Hey, buddy.
Or like
having a bad day.
Or like a cute, sexy nurse with like a clipboard, tied up hair. She's like, all right.
Black rim glasses.
Yeah. Pencil skirt. How are we gonna help you today?
Like the nurse from Animaniacs.
Bingo. Got the pencil in the hair, all that shit.
Not like Nurse Ratched, huh? You guys probably never saw One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, I saw that. Nurse Ratched was crazy.
So, yeah, that was actually based off a book that was called The Day They Scrambled My Brains at the Funny Farm. It's about the Oregon State Mental Hospital. But
really,
that's why
I never
we
saw
have
it,
a lot of these people out there.
Huh.
Great movie. You should watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I've heard of it though. Definitely have heard of it.
Yeah, definitely watch it. It's really good.
All right, if you say so, I'll check it out. Maybe. I don't really watch a lot of movies. Not a big movie guy, but maybe I'll check it out when I get some time.
Ever see Clockwork Orange?
I read A Clockwork Orange, and then I watched like part of Clockwork Orange, but I never watched the full movie. Did read it though.
lots of. I don't know if I could read it. I mean,
You can't, because they make up their own fucking language, which half the book is written in this made up fucking language, and there's no like translator. You just have to figure out what the fuck they're talking about. It's so stupid.
Huh? Yeah, I've never actually read the book or like looked into the book at all.
You guys have seen the movie, right?
I watched a little
Yeah.
bit of it.
You know how they're saying words that aren't real words?
Yarboles, kick them in the yarboles.
The-
Yeah, I don't remember. I was pretty stoned.
There's like 200 words that they made up for the book or some shit and every sentence has one of these made up words in it that they just have no meaning, and you have to like determine what the meaning is based on the context in which they're written. And I think later on, some people like figured it out and like made a list of that shit, but it's very confusing. Don't read the book ever.
All right.
I think the book would be more terrifying than the actual movie is, but it kind of parallels in my mind Portland Antifa and what they're doing with the ultra violent and we're going all over the place. But there was a streamer arrested, or I'm anticipating the story that he's arrested for threatening Mayor Ted Wheeler's life in a video.
Yeah, through the cringe,
Huh.
obviously anonymous style inspired video. You know Anonymous, right?
Dude, I gotta find that video. But I want to see that.
Dude, go to Andy Knows Twitter.
All right.
So Anonymous, right? They'd put on the Guy Fawkes mask and they'd be like, "We
Oh,
are,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
we are Legion. We never forget. We never forgive." All that shit.
Yeah.
So it's based off of one of those, except for the cringe lord in the video has a mask, but it's not the same exact Guy Fawkes mask. It's some other mask. But he wore the mask in the video, and then he has the mask. And he wore the mask in the video, threatens Mayor Ted Wheeler's life, has the mask on in his profile picture in some social media, which shared the video. The motherfucker got found out within a couple minutes.
Wow.
And then he tried to deny it.
Yeah, he's saying that he was just passing on information.
Oh, just Pat. Yeah, I'm sure. Man.
When he's in the
God.
video. He's got a little voice changer. Yeah, Plookster said FBI can, like, basically take off voice changers off audio.
Yeah, you'd have to have that like encrypted.
So they just got his real voice. They got a picture of him with his mask on, a video of him. They say, like, there's so much blood on your hands, Ted Mayor Wheeler. And next time, it may just be yours. Like, how cringe is that, you know?
Yeah, that's gonna get him a knock on his door and a little sit down.
If you're gonna threaten the mayor's life, at least make it sound cool, not so fucking stupid and cringe.
I mean, go all Zodiac about it, you know? Like, send him a letter where they have to
There you go.
decipher.
Yeah, like, make a little scavenger hunt out of it or something.
Yeah, make it fun.
They
Make them work for
made
it.
it too easy to find him.
You might as well just, like, put a video of yourself saying, like, arrest me, with a video of you doing, like, a crime and your address on, and say, at FBI. Put that on Twitter. The world is a clown world that we're living in, folks.
Yeah, have fun with it.
This is peak clown performance. You may not like it, but this is what it looks like.
Yo, actually, that was that first time I heard that song, that was pretty funny. Clown World, but
Oh, is that a Tom McDonald song?
yeah.
Yeah, Clown World is it's not based on that. Clown World is a internet meme for a long time now. For for the past several years that we've been slowly descending into full-on clown world. It's like honk honk. I don't know how to really describe it because
It's like
it's
a
a meme.
circus.
Yes.
Well, we have Pennywise in the gutter now, so
Oh god.
where do you go from there?
Here,
I don't know.
I'll tell you. Clown Pepe, also known as Honkler, is a depiction of Pepe the Frog wearing a rainbow wig and a red clown nose, which is often accompanied by jokes with corny or cringeworthy punchlines and emojis meant to represent the phrase clown world. So that's what it means. And it's to black pill people into realizing the world is completely fucked and it's just a joke. Like, I'm not saying that it is, that's what the meme is.
Yeah. So, like, this is actually the first time I heard black pill. Like, what's up with that?
Alright, so red pill would be explaining to people a truth that would be probably like a reality. Like, it comes from, the Matrix. Take the blue pill, you go back to sleep. Take the red pill, you wake up and see the Matrix for what it is. So a red pill would be like that. A black pill would be like a red pill, but like a depression bomb. Like, basically a truth, a sad reality that no one can change, that is beyond a red pill.
I like that. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, it's like.
So you mean how they're leaking UFO videos and stuff from the military?
No.
I feel like that's
That's
more
not a black pill?
Here, I'm gonna read you a definition of it right here. A state of mind brought upon by the realization of harsh truths, seeing reality or society for what it truly is beyond the illusion of equality that we are led to believe. It is the understanding that life is ultimately unfair and that winners and losers are determined, for the most part, by circumstances beyond one's control. Looks, wealth, mental condition, height, race, family, luck, etc. The despair that arises from taking in the black pill can be crippling and might drive some to the brink of insanity. However, it is also the necessary stage in reaching enlightenment when paired with the white pill. So there are also white pills. The internet culture is very, very, I don't know.
Colorful.
Yes, and filled with pills.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, a lot of internet people love their pills.
Yeah, so that's all what that means. I'm sure we'll learn more about those as time goes on.
So the white pill, is that like Oxycontin? Just kidding.
That would be like a realization of something about the world or the truth that is the reality that is something good. Here's what it is. I'll just read you the definition right here.
Alright.
The moment or series of events by which a person abandons despair and surrenders to the inevitability of hope, not out of sheer optimism, but from facing difficulty and nihilism head on through the use of reason and inquiry. It is the final destination of those who are red-pilled and black-pilled, and tends to happen when a person becomes cynical of cynicism and skeptical of skepticism. It is named after the white-hot fire of hope in a pill form, and it is medicine for the soul. So there you have it. Pretty deep, right?
Yeah, that's actually, like, I got some shit to talk about when I go to work and sitting there and have nothing to talk about.
Hell yeah, man. Play this shit for him.
Oh yeah, like, dude, we talk about some outrageous shit in work. Like, if the NSA is listening to us on our phones, then they probably sit back and it's like fucking episodes. They're like, alright, I bet you guys they talk about Enid Claw or some shit like 4 more times.
The what claw?
Yeah, it's kind of a Washington, like, it's a really dark, sick, fucked up joke kind of thing. Enid Claw. Pook does. It's I don't even know if I can say it on
Just,
this.
just tell me later.
might
Just
have-
tell me after.
Yeah, I'll tell you afterward. It's messed up.
All right, tell me afterwards. And maybe you can tell it on the next one because I didn't know what it is yet, but I do love jokes.
It's not really a joke. It's just horrific and like just I'll tell you later. Don't worry, man. It's messed up.
All right, sounds good. I can't wait. Well, good. Speaking of that, now we've gone for a half hour. Time flies, doesn't it?
It does.
Is there anything that anyone noticed this week in the news, or is there anything that anyone wants to bring up, anyone wants to talk about?
The Don't Fuck Around Coalition.
Oh yeah, no fucking around, NFAC or whatever.
Yeah. Looking at their recent statements to their past statements,
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting. It's very entertaining, to say the least.
Well, they're an entertaining group when they're out there with their guns.
Oh yeah, like what was it? I was watching one live stream. One of the dudes that runs around like everywhere. He kept stating, he's like, I just seen like 4 more clips hit the ground and some bear mace.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like, wow, that like, not saying they're scary, but just the fact that like, not being able to keep your clips in your guns when you have that many people, and that's just from like one point of view, is a very scary thing.
So he said he saw 4 loose magazines?
Yeah, like a magazine fall out of their rifle.
Jesus. What the fuck are the magazines doing falling out of a rifle?
And then as they're walking, you can hear them like pulling their slides back and everything, like they're chambering rounds or something.
That's what I'm saying. They're a black nationalist paramilitary organization, according to this. It's fucked up. Black nationalists. So, aren't white nationalists like a bad thing, according to the news, according to media?
I think that's the narrative.
Yeah. So why is a black nationalist paramilitary organization? Why is that okay? If you reverse the roles, for example, that wouldn't be okay.
Rules for thee and not for me.
If it was a white nationalist paramilitary organization, there'd be people saying, and they were called, "We Are Fucking Around Coalition," called the Fuck Around and Find Out Coalition. Then they would get a lot of flack, I bet. And a lot of them would be arrested right away, I bet.
I'm just imagining how terrible it is the first day. Like, as soon as they announce it, they're like, yo, you can't do that. Why not? They did that. We're the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference?
Well, that's the thing, man. Just like how a lot of women will say, oh, if you reverse the gender roles, is that sexist? All that shit. Well, reverse the race roles. Is that racist? And I would say, if they say, according to them it is, according to their parameters, that this is racist. The not fucking around coalition.
Oh yeah, they're just like, we stand up for everybody, but yet sit out there and yell back black power. And I don't think I saw any one white person in their organization while they're marching.
So what are they, black supremacists?
Well, I think they're more like the new Black Panthers. They don't want to have a label on who they are or what kind of faction they are.
Oh, it sounds like Antifa. We're
pretty
not
much
really an organization at
Panthers.
all.
Yeah, we're not about labels.
Jesus.
You said it. Don't fuck with the Jesus man.
So what about NFAC? Did you see him walking around this week or what?
No, they're mostly down like, not like Florida, I think, around there, like the edge of Florida or something. They say they have, like groups all in every state, and they were boasting about how they have groups in Jamaica, and they're like international now.
We are in Jamaica now. We have big guns and we play bongos. Dong 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 dong. What was that?
I mean, I don't even know what that is, but I know Jamaicans definitely have already had guns, and they've already been about, Jamaicans.
We are Jamaican and fuck team. Dong dong da dong 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 dong.
Don't they call like them gangster Jamaicans rude boys or something?
Yeah. Oh, rude boy, you bumbaclat. Let me get my rifle, man. What are you doing, you bumbaclat? Shit. I know, that's better
Yeah.
than my Australian accent. Nah, they're both shit. It's all good.
What? Your accents?
Yeah,
Ah,
they're not
it's all
great,
right there.
but they are funny.
I met this New Zealander one time, and I was like, "Are you from Australia?" He got really pissed.
They do.
Yeah, but we were fishing, and he said, "Look over in that little hole over there." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm gonna get me a catfish." Threw it in, bam, fucking got a catfish, big ol' 5 pounder.
Oh,
I
yeah?
mean, I guess 5 pounds ain't that big for like most places, but like in our little ponds over here, like 5-10 pounds is pretty good
It's
size.
a good sized catfish for out here. So he was a fish whisperer?
Straight up. Oh yeah, like I like it hit the water, hit the bottom, and then he fucking hooked it, and I was actually mad because I've been fishing for the last 5 hours, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, like, really, you're just gonna throw it in my face and be like, hey, watch this, dude, bam.
I thought you were gonna say something like he threw it in. He's like, "Oi, watch this! I'm gonna get a catfish." Throws it in, pulls it up, gets a cat and a fish.
That'd be pretty good. A cat eating a fish or something.
Yeah. Half. It's actually one of those gay frogs, but it's half fish, half cat, with 3 eyeballs.
Ooh, so
What
is
a
it
bit.
like a hairy fish?
Chemical, gay catfish.
Meow.
They're putting frickin' chemicals in the frickin' water that are turning our frickin' catfish.
Yeah, man, that's a terrible thing when your catfish are getting turned into hermaphrodites.
Man, you saw the frogs with the fish with the 3 eyes?
Yeah, dude, Simpsons did it.
That's what I'm saying. That's one of the many things that Simpsons predicted that came true. Just like
Dude,
Trump being
Simpsons,
president.
they did everything, dude. See, they had Trump as president before Trump was even thought about being president.
They did. Plook, I don't know if you know about this, but you should look up stuff that the Simpsons predicted that ended up coming true, because it's like a staggering amount of shit.
Yeah, and some of it's pretty specific. If
That's true.
I've heard some.
It's like almost too specific to be coincidence. There's a theory that Matt Groening is a time traveler, of course.
Yo, speaking of time travel, have you seen the book The Last President?
Have not.
It is eerily like it was written for now. Like it has a lot of information in there, and allegedly, what I gather from the story that I heard was that there is a wormhole in Russia that Trump's kid will travel to, and
I've heard about Trump's kid being a time traveler, actually.
yeah, but he travels through time, and it's all in this book about the last president.
And I've seen people. I think I know what you're talking about, because I've seen threads of this, and they've come up with pictures of Barron Trump from the past, bro.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
the fucking, was it 1800s or some shit?
people did
1896?
portraits of like groups of people, and there's fucking Barron Trump right in that shit. Like,
It's
you know,
yeah,
hand painting type. And
it's
then
like old
like,
pictures of like Greta and stuff.
well,
I mean, that's just kind of like that
these
can easily be explained by like bloodlines and stuff, but it's something similar to that.
well, there's like a picture of him, and then like a couple hundred years later, a picture of him again. So that's what they're
Huh.
saying.
He'll be president in like 2045.
Dude, so when I first originally when the idea came to me to make a podcast, this was before I started streaming years ago. And the first idea for my podcast It's gonna be called Shizbang's Conspiracy Theories Podcast. All right, and we would talk about just random conspiracy theories and stuff that is that people are talking about it, whether or not it's like anyone believes in it or not, just to talk about it for fun,
I love conspiracy theories. It's like the best like topics to get on because you can just sit back, smoke a joint, and just go off into like your own imagination.
Hell yeah, you could go down the rabbit hole and talk about it.
Oh yeah.
So it's been fun to talk a little bit about this one on this podcast. We'll have to get more into some conspiracy theories later on.
Yeah, I'll have to open up my book of random shit.
Hell yeah. YouTuber explains Barron Trump's time travel conspiracy theory. Except for this is a video, so I'm not playing it. I'll watch that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. Alright, so guys, we're gonna wrap up this episode of SHIZCAST, but I think so far this is pretty good. Plook, what'd you think? Good?
Yeah, I think absolutely.
Harpy, what'd you think? Wait.
I really enjoyed being on this episode. It was really fun, man. I'm glad to be here.
Alright, cool. We're gonna do it again for sure, alright?
Oh yeah.
Alright. Thanks for coming through, guys. Say goodbye to the people at home.
Bye-bye, people at home.
Peace out.
See you next time.